Good morning, all of you. I am Dr. Alok Agrawal, and I am inviting you on next lecture of internal combustion engine on the topic working of IC engine. So, in this lecture, what we will cover the working principle of internal combustion engine, and mainly we will focus on working of four-stroke spark ignition engine. So, to start with working principle of engine, see, if an engine is to work successfully, then it has to follow a cycle of operation in sequential manner. Okay, there has to be a perfect sequence on which the various process will occur to complete the cycle in a successful manner. And that sequence is rigid and cannot be changed. It is fixed. It cannot be changed. Okay? The working of both spark ignition engine and compression engine have much in common, means their working are more or less similar, but there are certain fundamental differences that we will discuss in this lecture. Okay, so we have seen that we have two types of engine, that is spark ignition engine, in which the ignition starts from the spark plug, and it is originated by Nicholas A. Otto in the year 1876, and the engine works on spark ignition engine is called Otto engine, on the name of the scientist which discovered this engine. Another one is compression ignition engine, in which the ignition occurs because of the high compressed air which raises its temperature and pressure, and when the fuel is injected into it, it will start ignition. It is discovered by Rudolf Diesel in the year 1892, and it is called diesel engine, again on the name of the scientist. Okay, so again we have seen that on the basis of number of strokes, this internal combustion engine is divided into two parts, that is four-stroke engine and two-stroke engine. So the working of both these engine are different. Two-stroke engine working is different, and two-stroke engine working is different. So in this lecture, we will discuss about the working of four-stroke engine, and more specifically the working of four-stroke engine with spark ignition. Okay, so here I, I present you the working principle of four-stroke spark ignition engine. Here the cycle of operation is completed in four-stroke of piston, and it is clear from the name itself. Or it can be said that for completing this two-stroke, crankshaft revolution is 2. Means when two crankshaft revolution completed, four-stroke completed. Okay. In this four-stroke, 5 event to be completed. 5 important event has to be completed to complete the cycle, and the name of these 5 events are suction. First, there will be a suction process in which the fuel and air mixture are taken inside the combustion chamber. Then compression, that fuel and air mixture has to be compressed to increase its pressure and temperature. Then combustion phenomena with the help of a spark plug will ignite the mixture which is already at high temperature and pressure. Next, when this fuel burn, it will produce high amount of energy, and because of that energy, pressure increases enormously, and it will expand. Means piston will move downward and expansion occur. This is also called power stroke. And finally, the burn gases are taken out from the engine, and this is called exhaust stroke. Exhaust process. Okay. So all these 5 events has to be done. Four-stroke event are 5, and each stroke is consist of 180 degrees, because there are two complete revolution which consist of 720 degrees, and this 720 degrees divided into four strokes. One stroke consists of 180 degree of crankshaft rotation. Okay. So the cycle of operation of ideal four-stroke SI engine consists of series of operation. First one is called suction or intake stroke. Here the mixture of air and fuel from the intake manifold is taken inside the combustion chamber. Okay, so during this process, this inlet valve has to be open so that air and fuel mixture get inside the combustion chamber. Exhaust valve is closed so that the mixture coming inside will not go outside directly from here. And what are the various processes occur? See, piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center. When piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, this inlet valve opens and volume increases. With this increasing volume, pressure inside the combustion chamber drops, and because of this, outside pressure is more, inside pressure is less. Air and fuel mixture come inside the combustion chamber till the piston moves downward and reaches bottom dead center. In this process, inlet valve is open and outlet valve is closed. Fuel and air mixture enter the cylinder through inlet valve, and suction stroke ends when this piston reaches bottom dead center. Once it reaches bottom dead center, one stroke is completed and crankshaft has already rotated 180 degrees. Now we'll move to second stroke, that is called compression stroke. In this stroke, what is happening? Both the valve will close and piston will move from bottom dead center to top dead center. Piston move from bottom dead center to top dead center, and the space between the piston and cylinder head is already filled with the mixture of air and fuel. Inlet valve and outlet valve both are closed. Mixture compresses from total cylinder volume. Earlier it was in total cylinder volume and piston is in bottom dead center. Now it is getting compressed into clearance volume. So the temperature and pressure will rise enormously. Increases, and because it is increased because we are decreasing the volume and the volume is very less. Once the piston reaches top dead center, the mixture compresses to clearance volume with high temperature and pressure. Now with this, there will be a third event that is called combustion. See, in compression stroke, again the crankshaft revolved by 180 degrees, so total one revolution has been completed through suction stroke and compression stroke. During this combustion phenomena, in ideal process, we consider that there is no stroke. Means the piston will not move. When the piston is at the top dead center, the combustion phenomena occur instantaneously. Okay, so in that combustion phenomena, at the end of combustion stroke, mixture is ignited. When piston reaches top dead center, the piston पूरी की पूरी तरह से ऊपर पहुंच गया है, पूरा का पूरा mixture is compressed. We will give spark with the help of spark plug, and the mixture is ignited. We consider that this ignition takes place instantaneously and the complete fuel burn instantaneously when the piston is at the top dead center. So volume will remain constant, that is clearance volume, and that's why we call it as a constant volume heat addition. It is also called heat addition occur at constant volume. During burning, when the fuel burns, the chemical energy of fuel is converted into heat energy, and this heat energy increases the pressure, which move the piston, which give impact to the piston to move downward. Now the piston will start moving downward. So this combustion phenomena occur when the piston is at the top dead center. In case of ideal cycle, we are considering it, and it will not require any stroke, length movement, or crankshaft rotation. So till now 180 degree, 360 degree crankshaft has been rotated, two strokes are completed, that is suction stroke and compression stroke, and three events are completed, that is suction, compression, and combustion. Next is expansion stroke. Expansion stroke, again piston will move from top dead center to bottom dead center. Both the valve will remain closed because we have to utilize the energy generated due to combustion phenomena. During this stroke, power is produced. This is the only stroke in which power is produced. Other three strokes require power to operate. When piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, temperature and pressure gradually decreases, and it will be minimum at the end of this stroke. Okay, so this is called power stroke. This is the third stroke, that is expansion stroke also. And the final fourth stroke is exhaust stroke. Here the piston will move from bottom dead center to top dead center. The complete fuel has been burned. There will be a exhaust gases inside the cylinder which is of no use. Now the piston will move from bottom dead center to top dead center. To evacuate this portion from exhaust gas, this outlet valve to be open and inlet valve will be closed. Next, gas will escape from the exhaust port, okay, and this will remain open till the piston will move and reaches top dead center. Once the piston will move and reaches top dead center, this exhaust valve open and one cycle of operation has been completed, which consists of 4 strokes and 2 revolutions of crankshaft. Okay. Now again, after that, second cycle will start in a similar manner, like piston will move from top to bottom, inlet valve open like that. Okay, suction stroke will start after this exhaust stroke. We can see the working with this GIF image here. First, this is inlet valve. Okay, this is inlet valve. It will operated by cam mechanism, which is connected to crankshaft. This will open, and during this opening, the mixture, air and fuel mixture, will come inside this combustion chamber with the help of this inlet many fold. Okay, see how it is coming here. The mixture is coming now. First stroke is completed, compression is happening, sparking is done. Again it is coming power stroke, and when exhaust stroke is there, this exhaust valve is open. Okay, so this is the working of four stroke SI engine. Now this four stroke SI engine works on Otto cycle, again on the name of the scientist discovered it, and this cycle is also called constant volume heat addition cycle. When we want to represent that in PV plot, we have this is the PV plot of Otto cycle. Here 0 to 1, that is called suction stroke, intake stroke. When the volume of the combustion chamber increases from clearance volume to the total cylinder volume. This is called suction stroke. After suction stroke, there will be a this 0 to 1 is suction stroke. After the suction stroke, there will be a compression stroke, that is 1 to 2. From 1 to 2, this is called compression stroke. It is a adiabatic compression in which we consider that entropy is remain constant. Okay, so 1 to 2 is compression process. This 0 to 1, 180-degree revolution of crankshaft occur, one stroke is completed. Again, another 180-degree of crankshaft revolution completed, two strokes are completed. This 2 to 3 is called constant volume heat addition process or combustion process, in which there is no movement of piston. That's why it is a vertical line showing constant volume. So 2 to 3 is constant volume heat addition process. Now again, till we reach the point 3, we consider in ideal case that piston has moved two strokes and crankshaft has been revolved 360 degrees. After this point 3, there will be a third stroke, sorry, which is called power stroke, when piston moves from top dead center to bottom dead center, and it is called adiabatic expansion, and it is called expansion stroke or power stroke. Once this piston reaches bottom dead center, we consider that the heat generated or the heat remains inside the combustion chamber will be rejected to the atmosphere at constant volume when the piston is at the bottom dead center. Once the piston is at the bottom dead center, we again reaches to point 1 after heat rejection, that is for 4 to 1, and once after that again there will be exhaust stroke, and that exhaust stroke will be 1 to 0, where the piston reaches its initial position and the cycle has been completed. Okay, so this is how the PV plot can be plotted for Otto cycle or for four stroke spark ignition engine. So in today's class, we have seen the working principle of general IC engine, and we have discussed in detail the working cycle, working principle of four-stroke SI engine, what are the various strokes it consists. Okay, then we have seen the cycle on which this four-stroke SI engine works, that is Otto cycle, and the various processes associated with it. This is now for today's class. In next class, we will be studying the working of compression ignition engine and the cycle associated with it. Thank you, class.